Hello students, today in Unit 11 we are going to learn about weather and climate. In this unit we are going to study about what is weather, what is climate, data related to weather, apparatus used to measure weather such as thermometer, rain gauge, wind vane, anemometer and hygrometer, and natural disaster. What is weather? Before I move on to the topic explaining what is weather, I assure you may have listened to a weather forecast in TV channels, or you may have heard weather reports in different media. Here is a screenshot of telecasting weather report. Now we'll see some details of weather recorded by a student. Here the student has recorded rainfall, average temperature and humidity of 6 cities for 2 days. Now let's see, will you be able to find the answer for these kind of questions? What is the unit used to measure the rainfall? That is millimeter. What is the unit used to measure the temperature? That is degrees Celsius. Which city recorded the highest rainfall on 17/9/2013? That is Anuradhapura, and the rainfall is 1.8 millimeter. Which city recorded the highest temperature on 17/9/2013? Can you find that? Yes, that is Batticaloa, and the temperature is 32.4 degrees Celsius. Which city recorded the highest humidity on 18/9/2013? Galle. It shows the highest humidity, and that is 95. Which city recorded the highest rainfall in 18/9/2013? That is Hambantota. The rainfall is 47.6 millimeters. So now we can define what is weather is. Weather is an atmospheric condition at a specific place during a short time period. There are several factors determine the weather. They are rainfall, temperature, humidity, and the speed and the direction of wind. What is climate? Before I move on to the topic explaining what is climate, let's study the given table prepared by the meteorological department using the weather reports for 30 years. Here they have tabulated the city, average daily temperature, maximum temperature and the minimum temperature, and average annual rainfall. Let's try to answer some questions based on this table. Which city has the highest average temperature? Can you find the answer? Yes, Colombo, and it is 30.6 degrees Celsius. Which city has the lowest average temperature? That is Norelia. The temperature is 11.6 degrees Celsius. Which city has the highest rainfall? That is Colombo. Rainfall is 2519.7 millimeter. Which city has the lowest rainfall? That is Hambantota. And the annual rainfall is 1045.0 millimeters. The climate of an area is decided after studying the weather condition of a certain area for a long period of time. So now we can define what is climate. Climate is the prevailing weather condition in an area for a long period. Data related to weather. Meteorological department keeps daily records about weather. This graph shows rainfall in Colombo during 12 months of a particular year. Can you answer some questions based on this chart? Okay, question number 1. What is the month with the highest rainfall? Yes, it is October. What was the rainfall? Yes, it is 350 millimeter. What is the month with the lowest rainfall? Yes, that is February, and the rainfall is 50 millimeter. Let's learn about apparatus used to measure weather. Number 1, thermometer. Thermometers are used to measure the atmospheric temperature. Rain gauge. It is used to measure the rainfall. The rainfall during 24 hours is measured using a rain gauge. Let's make a simple rain gauge. Activity 11.1. You need a flat bottom plastic bottle, a tall glass with a 1/4 of diameter of the bottle. First, cut the plastic bottle as shown in this picture. Then, place the removed upper part of the bottle on the bottom of the bottle as shown in this picture. Then pour water up to a height of 1 centimeter of this bottle. Then pour this water in the bottle to this glass. Then paste a strip of paper on this glass and mark the level of this water. After that, divide the height of that water into 10 similar parts from the bottom of the glass to that mark. Now that one part denotes 1 millimeter of the rainfall. Now you can use this setup as a rain gauge. Keep the bottle with this funnel in an open area. During a rainy day, you can measure the amount of water collected in the bottle and record the rainfall in a table as given here. This table shows the rainfall of 4 consecutive days. If you observe clearly, the highest rainfall was obtained on 23rd 8, 2020, and the lowest rainfall was obtained on 21st 8, 2020. This video explains how a simple rain gauge can be made. You can use the 5 clips to make the bottle lid to fix firmly. Then to make the bottom of the bottle even, they use jelly and let it set. Now they are fixing a scale starting from the top of the jelly surface so that we can easily measure the rainfall. In our country, meteorological department forecasts daily weather. They report minimum and maximum temperature, place of maximum rainfall during last 24 hours. Wind vane. Wind vane is used to find the direction of the wind. This picture shows a wind vane. Let's make a simple wind vane. Activity 11.2. You need a piece of cardboard, long pin, a pencil with eraser, a plastic straw, and clay. Using these materials, you can prepare a simple wind vane. First, cut an arrowhead and the back of arrow. Then, insert the arrowhead and the back of arrow into the plastic straw. Then, find the balance point of the straw and fix it to the eraser of the pencil. Then, place that setup on a round cardboard using the help of the clay. Now you can use this instrument to find the direction of the wind. The arrowhead is pointed to east. The direction of the wind is from east to west. Anemometer. Anemometer is used to measure the speed of wind. Let's make a simple anemometer. Activity 11.3. You need 4 spoke wires, 2 plastic balls of 2 colors, a rubber cork, and an ignition tube. First, make a hole in the middle of the rubber cork and insert the ignition tube into it. Cut the plastic balls into 2 halves each and make a hole in each half on the ball to insert these spoke wires. Then fix the pointed end of the spoke wire to the cork at an angle of 120 degrees. Then insert the fourth spoke wire into the ignition tube and fix the setup into a pole. Now you can use this model to measure the speed of the wind. Let's make a simple anemometer. First of all, take a cardboard piece as base and glue a sheet of paper. Use a modeling clay to hold the straw in vertical position. Make a hole on top center of a plastic cup. Glue the tip and insert the straw. Take 2 plastic balls and cut them in half. Poke 3 holes at marked points. And insert 3 toothpicks. Poke 1 hole in rest of the balls and connect them facing in same direction. Connect a big skewer at the center. Anemometer should rotate freely, as shown here in this video. Now we'll see how we can measure the speed of the wind. For that, you have to mark one of the cup shape with colored tape in order to count. Then you can calculate the wind speed using the given equation. Now let's see how to measure the speed of the wind using anemometer. First, you must measure the time taken for 10 turns in minutes. For example, if it takes 2 minutes for 10 turns in an anemometer, what is the speed of the wind? There is an equation to find the speed of the wind. and that is speed of the wind is equals to the number of turns divided by time taken. In this example, the number of turns is 10 and the time taken is 2 minutes. So 10 is divided by 2 and that is equal to 5 turns per minute. And that is how we measure the speed of the wind using the anemometer. Hygrometer. Hygrometer is used to measure the humidity. What is humidity? Amount of water vapor in the atmosphere is known as humidity. Let's design a simple hygrometer. Activity 11.5. You need a long strand of hair, a wooden plank, a long eagle, pin, nail, and thin wooden strip. First, fix the wooden strip on the wooden plank as shown in the figure. Then, fix the nail at the upper end of the thin wooden strip and fix the eagle on the thin wooden strip with the help of a pin. Then, use the washed strand of hair and tie it to the eagle and the nail as shown here in this picture. Then, place a scale at the end of the eagle. When there is less humidity in the atmosphere, the hair strand shrink and the end of this eagle will move up. Similarly, when there is high humidity or when it is going to rain, the hair strand extends and this end of the eagle will move down. Let's make a simple hygrometer. First, clean the hair. For that, you can use 1 tablespoon of water and some alcohol. Step 2. Assemble your hygrometer. Cut the straw into pointer. Cut a slit. Slip one end of a clean hair and glue it. Then wrap the other end of the hair around a nail and glue it. Now fix it on the board. And fix the nail wrapped hair onto the board. You can use a hair dryer to make the environment less humid. So the hair will be shortened and it pulls the indicator up. Make a wet sponge. Use a wet sponge to make the environment humid. This will cause the hair to elongate and the indicator will go down so that you can mark that point as very humid. You can use this inside or outside. So here you will observe that when water vapor in the atmosphere is increased, the length of hair is increased. Similarly, when the water vapor in the atmosphere is decreased, the length of the hair is decreased. So that we can use this simple hygrometer to measure the humidity in our atmosphere. Natural disasters. There are several natural disasters occurred due to climatic changes in our country. Let's see one by one. Cyclones. You may have familiar with the cyclone Bouverie in recent days. Cyclone occurs when pressure in some area decreases in atmosphere. This pressure depression is created in a place with low pressure. Therefore, air around that place is blown at very high speed towards the pressure depression, and it is called the cyclone. Most of the cyclones that affect our country originates in Bay of Bengal. Flood. Due to heavy rain, streams, rivers and reservoirs are filled and they start to overflow. A large area of land is temporarily covered with water is called flood. Some human activities also lead to flood, such as reclamation of lands, improper constructions, and sand mining are some of those human activities. Drought. Certain area gets less than 75% of expected rainfall. At certain time period, a dry weather condition may occur in that area. Dry period that occurs due to lack of rain is called drought. To overcome this, people collect water during the rainy season. In ancient times, kings built tanks for this purpose. Today, many people make water collecting tanks to collect water during the rainy season. Considering the annual rainfall, Sri Lanka has been divided into 4 zones. They are wet zone, intermediate zone, dry zone, arid zone. There is an expected amount of rainfall and a pattern of rainfall for all these zones. Landslides. Landslide is a natural disaster related with rain. Sliding down a large amount of soil and stones from a higher area to a lower area is known as landslides. Although it is a natural phenomenon, some human activities also can cause landslides, such as cultivation on slope areas, cutting trees, and clearing forests. It is not possible for us to stop these natural disasters such as cyclones, flood, and landslides. But we can be alert about these disasters. By following the announcements and instructions, we can minimize the effects of these disasters. This is the end of your Unit 11 and the Grade 6 Science subject. Hope you enjoyed this lesson.